Thank you, Sandy, for this opportunity to participate on this panel. As was mentioned, I'm the Executive Director of Bay Area Community Health Advisory Council. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. And this is really a grassroots community health based organization. And it was started 25 years ago by some African Americans who, in San Mateo, that were really concerned about the health disparities in diverse communities. We were approached by actually the San Mateo County Health Leadership to apply for a census grant focused on African Americans. And after further investigation, we wanted to specifically address areas where there are a large number of African Americans, but in specifically the city of San Mateo, an area called North Central San Mateo, which not only has sort of the genesis of this organization that was started, focused on African Americans, but is a very diverse community with a Latino, Pacific Islander, and Japanese community. And so we felt one of the successes of this organization is that we collaborate with a number of different organizations, faith-based organizations, civic organizations, academic research, et cetera. And so we reached out to Pastor Bussey at St. James AME Zion Church, which is located in the heart of North Central San Mateo. And she is considered a trusted, not only faith-based leader, but a community-based leader. And as we started organizing and getting our strategies together around how we're going to do this outreach, we had a kickoff event exactly 4 months ago tomorrow. And we had a panel of community leaders talk about the importance of the census. And I would like to give some credit to San Mateo City Council person, Amo Lee, who in the course of the conversation talked about how the word being counted is a trigger for diverse communities. And it's often seen as a negative trigger. And I think she really set the stage for us actually claiming what has been a negative connotation about being counted, and really owning and acknowledging the historical racism and bias in that word, and for us to reclaim it as power, that we do want to be counted because we have helped build this country. And when she did that, I kind of went back into the history books and looked at the genesis of the census was to discount African Americans. We were not considered full individuals. We were considered 3/5 of a person if you were a slave. So by design, there was embedded racism and bias in the census system to start with. So it is not a surprise that those features have been passed on through generations and generations. Also to the point where when systems like the census and other governmental systems have come to African Americans seeking help and support, we often don't get the benefit of those efforts. So those dollars that eventually get to us, or the representation that is due to those communities, is often not yielded. So I think first and foremost, for us to claim and acknowledge that pain and anxiety around engaging with governmental systems to move things ahead. From there, we were able to work with a number of other organizations, have various forums, Zoom meetings. We, as was mentioned, we had a very robust schedule of outreach activities that we were unable to do because of COVID-19. And so we had to get creative on how we would do those things. So we kind of went in partnership with the county. And I want to give kudos to Megan for engaging us with the phone banking system. And so we have tried to leverage that as much as we can in those communities that we're looking at in terms of educating folks about the census, acknowledging that the census has not always been fair, but that we were going to take the word being counted and really empower our community to participate. And so I think with the phone banking, with getting messaging out to our other trusted leaders and community partners has been effective. We have also talked about doing some pop-up quality assistance centers We are having one at St. James on July 10th, along with providing toiletries to the members in that community. We are looking to leverage what other, like food drives, et cetera, where people are already going in a safe manner to get the word out about the census. I think the Black Lives Matter and the subsequent protesting has really galvanized various communities that it is time for us to stand up and to be counted and to be recognized, that we are part of the system, that we can help change the system, that we are part of an ecosystem, and that when part of our system is hurting or not being acknowledged or recognized, it impacts all of us.